Hi, boys and girls. Yes, you boys and girls out there in this great listening world. You are listening to Nico McBrain from Iron Maidening. Oh, for God's sake. Iron Maidening.
Iron Maidening. Listen to Metal Express.
Iron Maidening. Don't do it. I'll start that again. Hi, boys and girls. This is Nico McBrain from Iron Maiden, and you are listening to Metal Express. And don't touch that dial.
Nico, stop playing that thing, hey.
How you doing, mate?
Save some of that dynamite for tonight, I think.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Do you warm up a lot before you play your shows? I mean, you're going on stage in about 2 hours.
Yeah, no, I haven't actually. This is the first tour I've brought a small drum kit into a dressing room. Depending on what song we were going to start the set with, which we're starting with Wicker Man, which has got a very fast bass drum part in the choruses, and I thought, well, I'm getting a bit old, and I need to sort of loosen up the old joints a bit before, right. And I thought, well, what better way than to have a little, like, 10-15 minutes of practicing, just messing around with the kit, and then doing the Wicker Man on my own, and getting my foot working.
You're back on the road. Are you feeling good?
Feeling the best ever, man. Yeah, it's. I feel a little more tired and kind of physically more fatigued. You know, because I'm that much older than I was in the last tour. Well, no, not really. That's just a year older since the virtual. Not what I'm talking about, the Ed Hunter tour. But no, we're having more fun on stage as a band than we've ever had, I think. I mean, it was great. When I first joined the band in '83, it was just incredible. I mean, we were at the height of the real popular side of Maiden, and we were just doing these amazing big gigs, which we're doing again now. But the energy in the band, it's so much stronger than it was then. And we're all having such a good time out there.
You said you're older now. You're a bit tired, maybe. Sometimes.
Who said that?
I don't know. I remember.
Yeah, I do physically feel it a lot more than that.
I remember back in the 80s, you did the World Slavery Tour about 2 years or so.
Yeah.
Is it possible to do that again?
Yeah, I think the schedule that we're working to is identical to what we did on the piece of Mind. Like, we're doing 3 shows, day off, 2 shows, day off, 1 show, day off, 3, that kind of routine. Even in America, we've got 1 run of 4 in a row, which was what we used to do, actually, more so in the early days, when Bruce was a lot younger. He said, oh, I can do 4 gigs in a row. But as you get older, and the intensity of the show gets that much more, I find. You'd think that the older you get, the less you'd like lean back on things, but you don't. In fact, people say to us, they've never seen us play as wildly, as crazy, as animated as all the running around. Bruce is like a banshee on stage. Yannick's a nutcase. I mean, even Dave and even Adrian's moving about. Yeah. And Adrian, you'd never see him move. He was almost the John Entwistle of heavy metal, of a guitar player. But because John, as you know, he never used to move from in front of his microphone. He'd step back a couple of paces. But so it's great. It works fine for us, and I think maybe reason I'm feeling it a little bit more is because we are kind of just going at it. It's really fantastic. I can't describe how it feels when you get up and play though. There's new stuff off the album live. It's just spectacular. It really is.
Is it hard to pick the set list?
Very, very hard. Yeah. I'm not complaining about it because it's a wonderful position to be in where you're going, well, what can we do? Well, we've got this, we've got that. Oh, no, if we don't do that, we don't do that. If we do this, we can't do, and you find that you put your set list together and you go, oh, and that's 8 minutes.
Is there much arguing?
No, never argue. Yeah, a little bit, no, I want to do it. I'm not going on tour unless I do Hello Be Thy Name. Kind of that sort of thing. But there's never any bad arguments about it. It's all very diplomatic, and what we all try and do is we all put ideas in the pot of our favourite songs to play, and there are so many of them. And you usually find that there's 3 of us want to do one song. Oh, well, that's going to be in there. And you kind of jiggle it around, and then you think, oh, hang on a minute, we've forgotten Sanctuary, or we've forgotten Rothschild, and you go, oh, gosh, yeah, well, let's take that one out and put it in. And in rehearsals, we find that we kind of tend to do an extra few songs and put them in, and then we decide upon as we go down.
Maybe you can reveal something else for me. When I saw you in the 80s, I was always wondering about Eddie. Is there a guy inside there, or?
Oh, I can't let that cat out of the bag. Actually, many years ago, when people asked me that question, and I was convincing at the time. I'm not so convincing anymore, but I used to kid people on there were 3 midgets.
Right.
On top of each other. One was doing the legs, one would do the arms, and one would do the head. And people actually fell for it. No, there is a man whose name is not Eddie, but we call him Eddie because he animates. We've had many different people over the years, either tour managers, security assistants, and people that have come in and have had a magic and bring Eddie to life, animated him. But Jeff, his name is Jeff, the guy who takes care of Eddie. And he is a personification of Eddie. When he puts he gets in the costume, and he's on stilts, so he's got false legs, obviously, because he's so tall, Eddie. I think he's like 12 foot tall. And, you know, he just comes out, and it really does look incredibly animated. It is, and that's not a light piece of equipment. But there's a man inside. There's a man inside. Okay. Yeah.